Have you ever known exactly what to say in English and said nothing at all? Hello, my friend. Welcome back to English GlowMind. Today is day 3, and this might be the most important lesson in the whole series because it's not about grammar or vocabulary or pronunciation. It's about the one invisible thing that stops learners for months, even years. It's the feeling of waiting until you're ready. Before we start, take one slow breath. Let your shoulders drop. There's nothing to prove here, just a few quiet minutes and one small step forward. On day 1, we talked about thinking in English instead of translating every sentence. On day 2, we learned that small, consistent practice beats occasional long study sessions. Today, we go deeper into something almost every learner feels, but rarely names. The question that changes everything. Maybe you've said one of these to yourself. I'll speak when I know more words. I need better pronunciation first, maybe next month. These thoughts sound responsible, careful even. But here's a question worth sitting with. What if the moment you're waiting for never comes? What if confidence isn't something you receive before speaking, but something you build by speaking? Let's look at 2 people who face this exact wall in 2 very different ways. Emma. Frozen by fear of judgment. Emma has studied English for 3 years. She watches videos daily, listens to podcasts while cooking, and keeps a notebook full of vocabulary. Ask her the meaning of a word, and she knows it. Give her a grammar quiz, and she'll do well. One day, a tourist stops her on the street. "Excuse me, where's the nearest coffee shop?" Emma understands every word. She knows exactly how to answer. But nothing comes out. Her heart races. She smiles nervously and says, "Sorry, my English is not good." The tourist walks away. Emma wasn't disappointed because she lacked knowledge. She was disappointed because in that moment, fear of being judged silenced everything she knew. This is the first trap, knowing the language, but freezing when a real person is listening. Daniel. Trapped by the need for perfection, Daniel has a different problem. Every time he wants to speak, he writes the sentence in his notebook first. Checks the grammar, changes a few words, looks up the pronunciation, reads it again. By the time he's ready, the conversation has moved on. His teacher gave him a challenge. For 1 week, don't try to sound perfect, just try to communicate. At first, it felt uncomfortable. He spoke slowly. He got tenses wrong. When he forgot the word umbrella, he said, "the thing you use when it rains." When he forgot receipt, he said, "the paper from the store." And people understood him anyway. By the end of the week, Daniel realized something. He'd spent years avoiding mistakes, but those small mistakes were actually what made him a better speaker. Notice the difference. Emma had the words but couldn't release them. Daniel had the words but wouldn't release them until they were flawless. 2 different roads, same destination, silence. Why your brain does this? Your brain isn't trying to sabotage you. It's trying to protect you. Right before you speak, it quietly asks, what if you say the wrong word? What if people laugh? Notice something about these questions. They all begin with what if, not this will happen. Most of what we fear in conversation is imagination, not evidence. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. No child says, "I'll ride once I understand balance perfectly." Balance comes from riding sometimes wobbly, sometimes with a fall. Speaking English works the same way. Every sentence, even an awkward one, teaches your brain something a textbook can't. What people actually notice. Picture a small cafe. Someone asks, "How are you today?" One learner freezes, searching for the perfect, impressive answer. Seconds pass. It feels harder than it should. Another learner just smiles and says, "I'm good, thank you. How about you?" Short, simple, natural. Which one communicates better? Usually the second. Real conversations aren't competitions. People aren't grading your grammar. They're trying to understand you. And here's something most learners never realize. Native speakers make mistakes too. They forget words, restart sentences, pause, correct themselves. Real conversation isn't perfect. It's alive. That's what makes it work. If you met someone learning your language, stumbling through a sentence, would you laugh? Probably not. You'd likely admire the effort. Most English speakers feel exactly the same about you. There's something else worth remembering here. Every time you choose to speak instead of staying silent, you're doing something quietly brave. Not because English is dangerous, but because you're choosing growth over comfort, and growth almost always feels a little uncomfortable before it feels natural. We're halfway through, here's the turn. So far, we've named the problem. Confidence feels like something you need before you speak. Now, let's talk about how to actually build it starting today, not someday. Speaking doesn't mean a long presentation or a perfect conversation. It can be one sentence read out loud. Today is a beautiful day. I'm making breakfast. I feel a little tired today. Your brain doesn't grade the sentence for impressiveness. It simply registers. We're speaking English again. Each time, it gets a little less scary, a little more familiar. Think about children learning their first language. A toddler says, "Doggy run fast, grammar imperfect, message clear." Adults don't correct harshly. They smile and respond. That child becomes fluent not by avoiding mistakes, but by making thousands of them. If children waited for perfect grammar before speaking, none of us would ever learn to talk. Growth you can't always see. Progress in language often feels invisible. You might think, "I'm still making mistakes," without noticing they're different mistakes than 6 months ago. Maybe you understand movies more easily now. Maybe you translate less in your head. Maybe you speak just a little faster. These are real signs of growth, even when they're quiet. So celebrate the small wins. One sentence spoken without stopping, one self-introduction to a stranger, one voice memo you finally recorded. Small victories compound into real confidence, the same way a seed becomes a tree without you watching it grow every single day. A simple daily practice. Here's one idea to take with you. Choose one moment each day to speak English out loud. While making coffee, while walking, while looking out the window. Describe what you see. The sky is blue. I can hear the wind. This coffee smells nice. The sentences don't need to be advanced. Simple English spoken every day is far more powerful than advanced English that never leaves your head. Listening builds understanding. Reading builds recognition. But speaking is what turns English into something that actually belongs to you. And here's the real answer to the question so many learners ask. How do I become confident speaking English? Try asking a better question instead. How can I speak even when I don't feel confident? Because confidence isn't the starting point, it's the result. Think of standing at the edge of a pool. You can study swimming forever, but at some point, you have to get in the water. The first minutes feel strange. That's exactly where learning begins. English works the same way. You don't become ready and then speak. You speak, and slowly you become ready. One last thing before you go. Please stop comparing your English to someone else's. You don't see their hundreds of small, awkward steps, only the finished version standing in front of you today. Instead, compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Did you listen a little more? Learn one new phrase? Say one sentence out loud? If yes, you're moving forward, and that's worth being proud of. Take a quiet moment to ask yourself, have you been waiting for confidence before speaking, or have you been giving yourself permission to practice, even while it feels uncomfortable? There's no right answer here, only honesty. And wherever you are on that journey today, that's perfectly okay. So here's your challenge for today. After this video ends, look around the room you're in, take a breath, and say 5 simple sentences out loud. No audience, no pressure. This is my chair. My phone is on the table. I'm drinking water. I feel calm. I'm learning English. That's it. 5 sentences. Every time you speak, you send a message to your brain. I am becoming someone who speaks English. And slowly, your brain starts to believe it. Confidence doesn't come before speaking. It grows because of speaking. You don't need to be perfect or know every rule or memorize every word. You just need to begin one sentence, one small act of courage at a time. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Your voice matters, even while it's still growing, especially because it's still growing. Tomorrow, on day 4, we'll talk about something every learner needs to hear. Why mistakes aren't something to fear, they might be your greatest teacher. If today helped you, leave a comment with one English sentence you'll say today. I'd love to read it. And subscribe to English GlowMind so you don't miss tomorrow's lesson. Take care of yourself, keep speaking, I'll see you tomorrow.